If you're a freelancer who's hit that ceiling, that feeling where you're just constantly trading your time for money, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're laying out a clear, actionable roadmap to scale from being a solo provider into a real, structured, and profitable agency. So let's get into it. This right here, this quote, is the whole game. The entire journey from freelancer to founder really just boils down to this one crucial shift in your thinking. It's not about working harder or finding more hours in the day. It's about building a machine, a system that can deliver amazing results whether you're personally involved in every single step or not. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through this in 4 clear stages. First, we'll talk about the freelancer trap. Then we'll get into building your agency's operating system. After that, we'll look at automating your client growth. And finally, we'll see what that truly scalable future can actually look like. So let's dive right into part 1, the freelancer trap. This is all about identifying that invisible ceiling on your income and your growth that so many people run into. This really breaks down the 2 different ways of thinking. See, with the freelancer mindset, you're basically stuck in a loop. Your income is directly tied to the hours you can physically work. You are the business. But the agency mindset, that's totally different. It focuses on building a system for results. Your capacity isn't limited by your own time anymore. It's limited by how good your systems are. So the big question is, how do you actually make that shift? Well, that's what Section 2 is all about, building your agency's operating system. And it all rests on 2 foundational pillars. To really escape that freelancer trap, you've got to systematically build out these 2 things. First, your internal operations, and second, your fulfillment engine. You can kind of think of these as the chassis and the engine of your brand new agency vehicle. And look, this is absolutely crucial. You have to get your own house in order before you can even think about scaling. This means setting up your agency OS to handle projects, track time, and manage your money, all before you start piling on more clients and team members. This is the foundation that everything else gets built on. This is where dedicated agency management tools are a total game changer. I'm talking about platforms like ClickUp, Productive.io, or Scoro. These aren't just glorified to-do lists, they're the real deal. They combine project management, resource planning, and financial insights all in one place. They give you the cockpit controls to run your agency like a well-oiled machine. Okay, once your internal operations are solid, you can shift your focus to that second pillar, your fulfillment engine. The key question here becomes, how do you deliver amazing work for more and more clients without you being the bottleneck who has to do it all? A huge piece of the puzzle here is white label partnerships. Platforms like SEMrush for SEO or GoWP for WordPress support, they let you resell expert services under your own brand. This is so powerful because it lets you expand what you offer and how much you can handle instantly without the crazy overhead of hiring a full-time specialized team. You get to focus on strategy while they handle the fulfillment. It's a win-win. All right, our operations and fulfillment systems are in place. The foundation is built. Now it's time to hit the gas. Let's move to Section 3, automating client growth and creating a predictable pipeline of work. Man, this is the question, isn't it? The one that keeps so many agency owners up at night. Living off of referrals is it's a stressful feast or famine cycle. The goal here is to build a system that brings in a steady, predictable stream of qualified prospects. It's all about moving from being reactive to being proactive. One of the smartest ways to start is with what we call client acquisition platforms. Think of these like fishing in a stocked pond. Seriously, they are marketplaces that connect you directly with businesses that are already out there actively looking for the exact services you provide. So you've got platforms like Upwork for agencies or these B2B review sites like Clutch and Agency Spotter. The magic here is that when you build a strong profile and get some great reviews, you tap into a consistent flow of high-intent leads. And that is a massive game changer for growth. But look, getting the lead is only half the battle, right? You've got to close the deal, and you need to do it efficiently and professionally. This is where proposal and sales tools come in. They help you systemize that final, crucial step of the sale. We're talking about tools like PandaDoc or Proposify. These let you ditch those boring old static PDFs and create these stunning interactive proposals instead. They can integrate contracts and e-signatures, making it ridiculously easy for a client to just say yes. It basically transforms your closing process from an art into a repeatable science. Okay, so you've built the systems for operations, for fulfillment, and for sales. What does all this hard work actually lead to? Let's look at the tangible results in our final section, the scalable future, and what the numbers really look like. This table really tells the story of the journey. As a solo founder, yeah, you might be in that $100,000 to $250,000 range, but as you start implementing systems and building a small team, you can push into that growth stage, heading towards $750K. And with fully managed delivery, a truly scaled agency can blow past $1 million and head towards $5 million and beyond. And that potential exists for one reason: your revenue is no longer tied to your own two hands. And here's the secret sauce that really fuels that growth. The most successful, high-growth agencies, they aim for at least 70% of their revenue to be recurring. That means focusing on retainers over one-off projects. That monthly recurring revenue, or MRR, is the absolute bedrock of a stable, scalable agency. And finally, let's talk profit. Because it's not just about the money that comes in the door. It's about what you actually get to keep. With the right systems in place for your operations and fulfillment, a healthy, well-run agency should be targeting a net profit margin somewhere between 20 and 40%. It's not just a bigger business, it's a much, much more profitable one. So as we wrap this up, this is the question I really want to leave you with. Whether it's nailing down your project management, finding a great white label partner, or systemizing your sales proposals, what is the very first system you're going to build to start your own journey from freelancer to founder?